Assimilation in the afternoon. Stephen, are you ready for this? Are you awoke yet? We're doing actually an afternoon webinar.
Hey, buddy. You know, a little bit of Panama to get me going. Yeah, I'm ready, brother. I'm ready.
Good, guys. We're going to shake it up a little bit here today, and how we're going to do things. Normally we do Q&A. We're going to do Q&A on the back end of this today, and we're going to jump right into it. What we are doing right now is a wrap-up. I know that this was covered last year, and I know that we didn't tell you what we were going to cover this year, but there's so many questions. So many people are just asking tons of questions. I felt that it was time to do a 2016 refresh. And we've got posts in the other OMG group and the assimilation group about, I can't find any of this. Today, guys, we're going to go over an in-depth training on the mobile-friendly update and why you need to be cashing in on it right now, how to get the customers, and Stephen is going to go through and reveal every way possible to convert these people over to mobile-friendly. And I can tell you this, it's not just with Jetpack. You know, that's just what we show on webinars to just get people in. Jetpack is literally putting a Band-Aid on a bullet hole is what it is. So we're going to go through and we're going to show this. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to start out and we're going to show this right here. There's evidence everywhere that this is huge. Google just doesn't come out of anywhere and start announcing news and start putting out press releases, putting it on their own personal blogs, saying that they're going to spank people into space if they don't have their websites mobile friendly. And I know that a lot of people have whined and complained, well, I can't find any mobile-friendly websites. Well, I made a post yesterday in one of the Facebook groups that there's over 19,000 municipalities in the United States with over 6,000 niches. And when you do that by hundreds of websites on there, we're talking about billions of opportunities. So if I see you post in any OMG group that this is saturated or that client SEO saturated, I honestly believe that you don't deserve to be an OMG. You're not an entrepreneur. You're an employee, and Stephen, maybe you and I will be hiring sometime soon, but I don't even know if I'd want you as an employee because your mindset isn't right. See, I don't care if there's only 1,000 possible clients out there. I know that I can make money. I just know I can. I just step my game up. So what I want to see you just stop doing is I want you to give me hashtag stop being, how about this? Stop fear. Stop fear. Hashtag stop fear. That's what I want to see. Stop fear. You know, running around with your tail between your legs, wondering that everyone's doing it, they're going to beat me. Well, I believe you. If that's what you say, I believe you. Whatever you tell me, I believe you. If you say you suck, I believe you. If you say you're great, I believe you. It's whatever manifests deep down inside you is what I believe. And if not, then you need to stop the way you think. So Stephen and I are going to set the record straight that there's an overabundance of all of this stuff that's going on. Hold on, let me get that back on the screen. Overabundance of what's going on here. And I'm going to go ahead and put this website up. I should have had it. I'm searching it on the other screen. And Stephen, don't you agree that people should have a different mindset about all this stuff?
Man, when I hear posts, when I see posts like that or I hear people saying stuff like that, I swear to God, it brings me right back to when I was in the Army. And I was an NCO at the end, meaning, a sergeant. And when I hear that kind of stuff, it just makes me want to say drop and push, meaning do push-ups. It just makes me angry. I want to yell at somebody. You guys that are in this group, you paid a ton of money, right, to be here. You paid a bunch of money to have the opportunity to get training from us. And I'm telling you, this training is, as far as getting clients, as far as a foot in the door, it's not the only method. It may not even be the best method, but if that thought even crosses your brain that it doesn't work, just tell that part of your brain to shut the hell up and move on. Okay. Forget the websites that are out there today. There's, how many new websites are going up every single freaking day? So, even if there's a billion of them available today, every day the web just gets bigger and bigger, more and more sites, more and more opportunities. So, when I see posts like that, like I said, it makes me want to scream. I'm not going to scream into the Facebook group. I'm not going to make a video of myself just screaming. But those of you who are old enough to remember Sam Kinison, the comedian, and that loud scream he had, I swear to you, that's what goes on in my head. Because I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to make money. I want you guys to get clients. And when I show you a way to do it that works 1,000,000,000%, I know it works. I do it. People I teach do it. You don't even have to be particularly talented or gifted or knowledgeable to do it, and I see people questioning it. Oh man, it makes me want to freaking throw a brick through my window. Right. So I hope that this gets you past it. And if it doesn't, I'm just going to, in Texas, we have a saying, bless your heart, and moving forward after today, if I see posts like that, I'm just going to think, bless your heart to myself, and I'm not even going to respond to them anymore.
Well, Stephen, this is the truth.
Yeah.
Everyone can't be an entrepreneur. I need people to wash my car, to clean my house, to mow my lawn, to clean my pool. I need people like that.
It's so funny you mentioned that. So, I have a guy that comes usually twice a month, and he details my car for me, right? And he's a super good guy. He's a guy I'm friends with at church. My wife is friends with his wife. Our kids know each other. He's just a great guy. And he is so good at the detailing that he's booked weeks out, right? But, again, today, he was kind of tired and say, hey, how you doing? And, talk to him again about expanding. And, he just can't get past it. He just can't, when I hear that he's turning away phone calls, right? There's 3 or 4 calls a day he can't get to. My head just about wants to freaking explode. That you're turning away, 4 or 5 potential clients every day because you don't have the, what's the proper term? The
business acumen to scale.
To just do it, man. Well, what if this and what if that and what if this? And I'm like, well, what if? I'll tell you what if. You're going to be 70 one day and you're still going to be washing cars because you never took that leap. You never decided to kick it up. So, again, love this guy. I wish he would do it, but I can't make people do it, and I can't make anyone here listening do it. Can't make you do it. I wish I could. I wish I could hold a gun to your head and make you go do these things. But anyway, that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah, God bless these people that watch.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I need them.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I have a person that cleans my house. I have a person actually that washes and puts away our clothes. I have a guy that cleans my pool. God bless them. I love them all, and I don't want to do any of their jobs. But every one of those people, I think about this for, and I think, man, I wish, you're really good at this. You should, why don't you hire a couple people to do this with you? But again, not everybody's meant to do that, I guess. I don't know. It kind of makes me sad. I wish we all were. But I tell you what, everyone that's listening to my voice right now is not that person. He shouldn't be.
Exactly. No, these are people that we're kind of preaching to the choir.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, it's the people that aren't here. It's the people that I never see on all these webinars that I'm worried about.
No, I know. But, there's a correlation. There's a correlation between that, obviously, guys, if you're not getting it. The people who are actively following the training are getting results. So, right.
What we're going to do is we're going to break your mindset once again. For those of you that just don't believe it, we're going to do it again. We're going to play the Russian roulette game with Mobile Friendly. Very, very quickly before I let Stephen teach. One of them is this. I want everyone to go to my page right here, and I want you to just follow along. Right there's a link. Click on it. Go to it. And I want you to use this. Use this as your page where you can just do what I'm going to do right now. And when all of you are on my page right there, when you have it up, just listen to my voice. You don't need to go to the Facebook group. I'll give you about 15 seconds. You don't have to pay attention. Look at the screen here, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. So we're going to be on my website right here. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to fling my mouse. I'm going to fling it like I'm on The Price is Right. I'm going to spin the wheel, and I'm just going to flow it right here, and I'm going to stop right here, and I landed on glass doors. And if you don't believe me, we'll fling it again. Stopped it right here. Here we are. Truck tires. Man, I'll never look for a truck tire, but let's do it. So now, what I want you to do is I'm going to copy truck tires right here. I've got it right here. I had no idea I was going to land on this. What I want you to do right now is I want you guys to put in a city. Any city, anywhere in the United States. Just put it in there. Put it in there. Just do it. There's Denver, New York, Howell, Michigan, Houston, Just keep it going, guys. Keep it going. Steven, pick one.
Shoot. Your list, it went off my screen.
Oh.
Sorry about it.
How about that?
I see your Facebook. Maybe I'm screwing something up.
Yeah, no, you're right. Pick a city right here. They're posting cities.
My bad. I'm so sorry. How about Boca Raton?
Yeah.
That looks good.
Wow, that's a good one.
Hell
So
yeah.
I'm going to sit here and I'm going to push in truck tires on my mobile phone. Truck tires. I want you to do it with me in your mobile phone. Boca Raton. And make sure I got it spelled right. I do. And I'm going to hit search. Truck tires, Boca Raton. And still waiting for this. For some reason, my phone is slow. All right. I've got here looking for ones that don't have. I already found one. Tire Kingdom. That's huge. Tire Kingdom should have a lot of them. Tire Kingdom. How many of you found Tire Kingdom Boca Raton that is not mobile friendly right there on the first page? Give me hashtag found it. Hashtag found it. There you go. Lead right there. It's that simple. We played Russian roulette. Hold on. I got to text back Mike real quick. He just texted me. Hold on. All right. So that's how easy it is to find stuff, guys. That's how easy it is. That's how easy it is. And so for those of you that said that it isn't there, we just randomly picked out a niche. We randomly picked out a city, and you're able to find these left and right everywhere, all over the place. They are millions and millions of these. David, if you couldn't follow, then you can rewatch the replay. All you got to do is go to local niches. How did I check that? No, I didn't check it. Guys, you need to go to your phone. You know what? That's why. I don't have that up. Yeah, I thought I wasn't going to do this. I wasn't prepared. We're going to bring up, I'll see if I can't bring up the slides to this very, very quickly. I'm going to show you guys how to do it, so we're very thorough. It's actually my fault. Where is this at right here? Here we go. Let me see if this one isn't it, and then we'll bring it up real quick. So here we are. So when we do this right here, I'm going to show you guys how to find these. So what we did is we went to this site right here, my site. We flung the mouse, let it end up wherever we wanted to on the 6000. As you can see, it landed on truck tires. We then went over here and we let Steven pick out a random city that people post in, and we found Boca Raton. So what we did is then we go to our cell phones, and if this was the keyword that we were searching right here, obviously you can see on your cell phones there's a mobile friendly right here. There's mobile friendly right here. You can see my site's mobile friendly, their site's mobile friendly, their site's mobile friendly, their site's mobile friendly. How many of you know how to find a mobile friendly site? That's how you find it. Now, what happens is if you don't go to a mobile friendly website, what happens is it looks like this. It looks like this. So notice I put in junk removal. There's junk removal Orlando, look, mobile friendly. Now look here. Where's the mobile friendly? It's not here. It's not there. So if you don't see this mobile friendly right here, this is the manual way you can check it. The manual way. I just want you guys to know how it works. Steven's going to go over different stuff. It's even better. But what I'm saying is look at this. Mobile friendly, not mobile friendly, mobile friendly. Now, if everyone is clear on this, give me hashtag clear. I want to make sure, we've only got 300 people on here. Let me at least get 100 clears on here. I want to make sure that everyone knows how to hunt for leads right inside their own phone with my website with the niches. Your cell phone, you got a lead right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how to get this lead. I'm going to let Steven go into other stuff, and I'm just going to hand over the webinar to Steven. That's pretty simple. This is a form of SEO splitting. What I'm talking about is you're going to a business owner and you already know they're in dire need of your services. There's no question about this. When you go up to someone about SEO, and when you say, hey, do you need SEO? Half the people don't know what SEO is. They just know they want more customers. They want this, what that. This is pretty clear. You've got media to back up what you're saying. You have This right here on search engine land, I mean, we could even go back further. Let me go back in the search right here. We've got Google, TechCrunch. We can keep going through here and going all of these. VentureBeat. I mean, we can just hit this and we can go there. Look, right here, current. Google will start making mobile friendly even higher in May. So what happens is there are two search engines that you might not have known about. There is one search engine that is for desktop traffic, and there is another search engine for mobile. How many of you knew that? Give me hashtag yes. And if you didn't know, that's okay. Two separate search engines. One for mobile, one for desktop. If you didn't know, be honest. Let me see. There's got to be some people who didn't know this. Right. Now you know. That's good. That's why we're doing this. Right. So there's two different search engines. That's what I really want to make sure that we get everyone accustomed to. There's two different search engines. So what Google's basically saying is, hey, look, if you don't have your website mobile friendly, if you don't see this in front of it right here, then your website could possibly lose all of its ranking and those to move up that do have it. So we're talking about a business that could lose a lot of traffic because as of right now, 66% of all traffic comes from mobile. So in other words, a business could lose 66% of all of their traffic. I want you to give me a hashtag 66 if now this is all becoming clear of why we're pushing on this. There you go. Just hashtag 66. 66%. They could lose it. So that's why we're pushing this. Stephen, I forgot that we had to start from the very beginning with this because a lot of people, we just assume that people know, but now I'm starting to see that a lot of people didn't even know why we were pushing it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so 66% of all their traffic, gone. That's huge. That could mean 66% of their business. So it's huge. So when you go to this business owner and when you show them current media and when you show them that they have not passed the mobile friendly test. So when we bring up this mobile friendly test right here, we have this that like shows up and it runs right here. You need to also have this mobile friendly test right here. You show them a screenshot of this, whether it's good or whether it fails. You also show them screenshots or links to this media. And you say, listen, I was searching for truck tires and I noticed, and I happened to run a digital agency, and I noticed that your website was not mobile friendly. I want to let you know that Google and it's been in all the media that if your website isn't mobile friendly, you could lose all of your rankings. I can easily fix that for you for a very respectable cost. If you're interested, get back with me. I can fix this inside of 24 hours. And what you're now is you're hitting in someone, that's like someone calling me up saying, hey, Cotton, you have a cancerous mole on your arm. I noticed it when I seen you at the grocery store, and I'm a doctor, and I can get rid of this painlessly and very quickly. I'm going to be like, let's go. He's showing me the proof that I can get it done. So now you have a way into the door to where they now have a disease. Their business has an ailment. They have a disease. They have a problem. You're the doctor. You can cure it. Now, obviously, there's certain people that have cancer that just refuse treatment. There are going to be certain business owners that just either they don't trust you, either you look like you're an imbecile, or you look shady. Maybe you showed up with your ball hat on sideways and your pants down to your ankles. Who knows? You don't want to go into business owners like that. That either they did that or they just don't want to fix it. They don't care. But at least you did your best. This is the easiest way for you to get in to a business owner and get their attention. So this is why Stephen and we've been pounding it for a year. But not only that, it's important enough to where Google has come back out again and said, listen, please fix it, because we're going to really hurt you with this. So hopefully, I want to make sure that everyone's clear on all of this right now. Give me a hashtag clear again if you're on board with all this and you understand everything right now of why this is so important. This is the easiest way for you to get clients. Now, what you're going to charge on this is anywhere from, if you want to do $99, $350, $1,000. I try to make it respectable. But now your foot's in the door. They're your client. Now you can come back and you can sell them other things. Maybe it's web design. Maybe it's SEO. But they're your client. There's trust. Money's exchanged hands. You've delivered. So now what we're going to get into now, how many of you want to know how to fix this situation? What you did is you found it, and now you want to be able to call up Christopher Johnson. Hi, I'm Christopher Johnson, a local owner and operator of 1-800-HAUL-OUT-ORLANDO. How many of you want to know how to call up Christopher Johnson and save his business? You be a hero, fix his website, and then sell him some SEO afterwards. Just give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah if that's what you want. See it fly. Stephen, I think everyone is on board and understands exactly what we're talking about right now, so we'll turn everything over to you.
All right, buddy. Let me grab the screen here, or actually, do you want to hand it to me?
905-364.
God, what is this?
Battery 70%.
What was that?
That's me being hooked up to my Bluetooth.
Oh, no worries.
For playing the music. Yeah.
I think change presenter would make it easier for me to find me.
Hold on, I can push it over.
No, I just got it. I'm good. All right, guys. You probably are seeing my desktop of my Mac, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, guys. So listen, real quick before we get started. So, like Cotton said, the need is clear. The need is obvious. The evidence is overwhelming. So, if you're not really familiar with what we're talking about as far as them needing to be mobile friendly, then go back and educate yourself, because that's going to be the best weapon that you're going to have if you have a potential client asking you questions. Okay. You need to be educated and really understand the issue. So second thing real quick before we jump into this, we're commenting in the OMG Way group. Some of us are, which is a public group. So as I give you these trainings, I don't want you dropping questions or comments into the OMG Way that giveaway training on this webinar. Okay. So I've actually seen someone ask a question that basically summarized the entire training. Okay. This is a public group in OMG Way. So if you want to give me hell yes or mind blowns, that's awesome. But, I don't want you mentioning, specific training or stuff like that. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go fast. I'm just going to blaze through this. If it's not hashtag mind blown, a couple of things I'm about to show you, then I don't know what I could do that would be. Okay. In case you didn't catch the webinars last year, which I'm assuming many of you didn't, this tactic is something I've used personally. I've made probably a little south of 60K with it by now, or maybe a little north of 60K personally with this. And that's with just a little tiny bit of effort, to be completely honest with you. I didn't go out and try to kill this or smash it or, processize it or any of that. I just kind of half-ass, ask people here and there, if they'd be interested in it. So I know it works. I'm positive it works. I do it personally. I sold one yesterday, as a matter of fact. So this is easy peasy. Now, what I'm going to show you today, I'm going to go a little bit beyond some of the stuff that Cotton has said, and this is stuff that we don't show on the sales webinars. So if you learned about the mobile friendly from one of our sales webinars, then you don't know what I'm about to show you. So pay attention, because these are some of the missing ingredients that you guys have been looking for if you haven't seen the formal training. All right. So I'm going to do this again. I'm going to do this fairly quickly. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into OMG Command Center. All right. And if you don't know what OMG Command Center is, then you haven't been through my training and you're new to OMG. And both of those things are fine. But if you haven't, then you need to log into your members area. And on the right-hand side, if you go about halfway down, there's a link that says Get Command Center. All right. And what that is a suite of tools. All right. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Client Acquisition. And I'm going to go to Mobile Prospector, and I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to log in again because Command Center makes me do that frequently, which is a security measure. So I've already done a search here. So I did Frisco Dentist. So all I did is in keyword, I put Frisco Dentist, and I chose google.com, and I hit schedule report. Now I go here to review results. All right. As you'll see here, the first run of this, 66 are mobile friendly and 14 are not mobile friendly. Okay. From this one specific search. All right. So now I'm going to go to not passed. All right. So here's 14 websites that are not mobile friendly. And I just did this in maybe 15 or 20 seconds. So take all those niches that Cotton showed you and pair it with any city you want. And there's an infinite freaking list that you'll find in here of sites that are not mobile friendly. You don't need a phone. You don't need any of that stuff. And here's a whole damn list of them. So again, please stop telling me that there aren't any available. All right. I'm just going to choose the first one here. FamilyDentistryOfFrisco.com. All right. I went ahead here. This is their website. All right. So, decent looking, website here. Right. So guys, give me a 1 in GoToWebinar if you think this is a decent looking website. If you needed a dentist and you were in the city of Frisco, if you would, possibly call them or whatever based on their website. Give me a 1 if you think this is decent. All right. All right. So let me see here real quick. Go back and forth here. Sorry, I got to switch back and forth. Okay. So lots and lots of 1s. Okay. So pretty good website. I agree. I think it's good. I probably, would feel comfortable, calling them. All right. But what I want to show you is what they look like on mobile. Okay. So do you see what they look like on mobile here? So I want you to imagine this. I want you to imagine that you're in your car and, you stop by and grabbed a burger somewhere and boom, you chipped your tooth. All right. And you're like, oh, crap, I need a dentist. And so you type in Frisco Dentist, right? And let's say that these people were number 1 and you pulled this up. And now I'm scrolling through. All right. And guys, in OMG way, put a hashtag and what's missing in here. What am I going to do if I land on this freaking site right here? What really
bothers me, Stephen, that this is an HTC phone. That's what bothers me the most about this page.
Yeah. I'm telling you, though, listen, I'm telling you what's going to happen in here, guys. If I land on this freaking website right here, I'm hitting the freaking back button is what I'm doing because I can't find anything. Where's their damn phone number? Okay. So if I'm over here, well, there it is. It's in the upper right-hand corner. So if I'm on a desktop, I probably would use this, right? But if I'm on mobile, I'm pretty much guaranteeing you I'm hitting the back button. So guys, give me a 1 in the OMG way if you're hitting the damn back button. Give me a 1 if you're hitting the back button. Okay. So here's what I want you to understand. We have 2 things that are going on here. We have mobile friendly and a potential penalty, and a ranking issue. Okay. But we also have a user experience and a conversion issue. And that's what we don't talk about in our public free training. Okay. We don't talk about that in our public free training. So what's going to happen is even if this site here, right, even if it is mobile friendly, right, and let's say that it ranks number 1 or 2, when people start going to it and they get this freaking thing here, they're going to hit back. So guess what? Those freaking mobile search results are going to go away from them. Their mobile rankings are going to freaking disappear. Okay? So they're getting hit twice here is what I want you to understand. They're getting hit because they're not mobile friendly, and they're getting hit because they don't have a freaking mobile website. Okay? They don't have a mobile website, and it's not mobile friendly. The user experience here is a freaking 0. If this were my website, I'd want to punch somebody. All right. So how do we fix this? All right. I'm going to answer questions about this later, but I want to show you just how freaking simple this is to fix. All right. I've gone here to dudamobile.com. All right. I'm going to enter in Frisco, whatever that website is, and I'm going to click Go Mobile. All right. And 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14,000, 15,000. So about 20 seconds. Okay. Now, some things I want you to notice. You see this nice call us button? Okay, if you don't get anything else from this webinar, get this one thing. People looking for stuff on their mobile devices need to have a phone number to click on and a freaking map to find you. That's the two main things that people need on your mobile website. Okay, so again, I want you to look at this. All right, almost impossible user experience. Okay, and now look at this. There's the call us. There's the map. And guess what? This all works. Okay. All I have to do is click next. Okay. There's a bunch of settings in here that I'm not going to go over with you, but you can customize this to look however you want, including SEO. Okay. So you can customize it. You can add the hours. You can put coupons. Okay. But I'm not going to do that for now, just for brevity. So,
Steven,
yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt you right now, but how many of you guys are just mind blown by just seeing this first time you've seen it? Give me hashtag mind blown. But you fix it that quick. You can make that money. I'm watching the Facebook group. It might not be up on your screen, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Just give me hashtag mind blown. We got Byron that just says shiznit. He said, holy shiznit.
If you have, what I want you to understand that if I show a screenshot of this, okay, alongside of this, okay,
Right.
to a potential client,
It's even more powerful.
that's all we take. That's all we need. Got a
Right.
couple of different looks here, right? Looks pretty good on a Windows phone.
Right.
Windows phone probably has that going.
You even make Blackberries anymore?
Yeah, I think business people use them.
Oh, okay. That's not us, obviously.
No, it's not.
But yeah, no. This is incredible what you've added here. Adding these screenshots in there alone about what could happen is just. I mean, if they don't buy, it's just. I mean, they're not going to buy it from anybody.
Yeah.
It's simple.
All right. So, all right, guys. So what I want now, I know the next thing you're going to ask is, and by the way, I'm not going to go over it on this webinar because I already feel like I'm kind of giving you the keys to the kingdom here. So I'm not going to hold your hand and show you how to do every little step, but to get from what you just saw to something that works is about another 5 minutes worth of work. Okay. So, if they have WordPress, there's a Duda mobile plugin. You install the plugin, you tie it in with the site here, which is automatic basically if you're logged in, and it does everything for you. Okay. If you don't have a WordPress site, and oh my God, Cotton, do we get this question? If you don't have a WordPress site, it doesn't matter. You can simply do a mobile redirect. And all you have to do is add a line of code, which this Duda gives it to you and tells you where to put it in super simple fashion. Okay. And then basically what happens is your mobile website is basically hosted on Duda. Okay. So what does it cost for this? Okay.
Hold on, Stephen. Let's not brush over that very quickly.
All right.
This is one thing. Did you guys hear what Stephen just said? I want to make sure, Stephen, go to Facebook, please, where you're there. I want you to see this. Yeah, just go back up there and click on your screen.
Can you see it?
Now, it doesn't matter. Now, you know what this reminds me of, Stephen, is back in the WWE when The Rock says, like someone would talk, goes, what do you think? Goes, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Right.
Come on,
This
brother.
is it right here. Yeah, right. This is it right here. It doesn't matter if they're not WordPress or not.
Doesn't matter at all. Yeah.
It fixes it.
Doesn't matter at all. So real quick before I go on to the next part, okay? Let me give you a really quick summary of what I've showed you, I think in about 15 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Okay? Number one, we have Command Center Mobile Prospector, okay? All of you should have this. If you don't, I don't know why you don't. You should have Command Center. And I've just showed you how easy it is to find all these, okay? So I got 14 leads here in about 10 seconds. Every one of these sites here is not mobile friendly. Okay, I already know that, and there's more information here too. If you want to hit the report button, you can actually go into a site auditor report, which is over here, which I'm not going to cover on this. But you can come back here and literally, like I said, take any keyword that Cotton has on his list and put it with any city in the U.S. and just do it and do it and do it and do it and do it. So please quit telling me that there's not enough available of these. Okay, there are enough available of these. All right. The next thing that I showed you is what an actual mobile website looks like versus a non-mobile or even a responsive. Okay, so let me go over that real quick. All right, because a lot of people get confused about what the difference between mobile and responsive is. Okay, so a mobile website versus a responsive. What a responsive website does is it changes its size depending on what device is viewing it. Okay, so that's what a responsive website does. It takes your website and it resizes it so it fits on whatever device you're looking at it on. Okay, so a responsive website may or may not be mobile friendly. Okay, but most responsive websites are not a freaking good user experience. Okay, you need to have a good user experience. You need a mobile site. Okay, so as an example, this is one of my customers that I've shown before. Okay, this is what their mobile website looks like. Okay, and I'm not bragging or anything, but this is basically a perfect mobile website. You got to click to call here. Oh, you know what? They just did this. There's usually a map right here. Okay, so whoever on their back end got in there and screwed around. There's supposed to be a map right here with directions. But this is, if this had a map right here, this would basically be a almost perfect mobile website. So guys, do me a favor. Please give me a 1 if you understand the difference between a mobile website, which looks like this. Okay, so it has website content from your non-mobile website, but it doesn't just change the way it looks, and this. Okay, so if this were responsive, what it would have done is we'd be viewing this whole page inside of this device right here. So it would shrink it, is what it would do. So I hope that you get the difference between shrinking a website so it fits on a screen and a true mobile website, which is a reorganization, and it only gives you the options that you need. Again, when people are looking on mobile devices, they need to be able to call a phone number or click on a map are the main 2 things that people do on mobile devices. Now, schedule appointment, again, if you're that kind of a business, is extremely important too. All right. And don't forget your advertising space over here, but there's still supposed to be a map here. Hopefully, let me see. Hopefully everybody's got that part. Okay. All right. So I don't want to confuse you guys, but I'm going to throw in one more thing. Okay. So a mobile friendly website isn't necessarily a mobile website. Right? So this right here, this is a mobile website, which is mobile friendly. Okay. It's a mobile website, which is mobile friendly. So it can be, one or both. Okay. So what I'm telling you is what your clients need is they need a mobile friendly mobile website. They don't need a responsive website. They sure as hell don't need a non-mobile friendly website. They need a mobile friendly mobile website, which means that when you put their mobile website into Google's mobile friendly test, it says it passes and it looks like this. Okay. And guys, quit trying to message me while I'm on a live webinar. And I wouldn't say that except I know that you're on the webinar. So come on, dude. Seriously. Let me close this. All right. So I think we've gone past that. So let me show you the next little thing here. All right. So due to mobile, I'm going to give you the short version of this. They have specials sometimes and things change from time to time, but they're basic. Here's basically what it is. For $250 a year, okay, so I'm going to repeat that again, $250 per year, you can become a partner, all right? And when you become a partner, then you can purchase mobile websites from Duda for $50 per year per website, okay? So option 1, the one you're going to want to choose, by the way, there's other ones, is you pay them $250 to become a reseller, basically, okay? And then you pay them $50 per year for every mobile website, all right, that you build. Now, I personally charge a couple of different ways for these. So let me go back in here again so I can show you. All right, so this will take just a second. Don't do this to me now. All right, so let me go back here. All right, and I don't want any of that. Hold on, let me see if I can just go back to the main page. If not, I'll just talk you through it. All right, so let me do it one more time. Mobile website builder, and hopefully it'll take me where I want to go this time. All right. So, right. Perfect. Okay. So what I charge typically is, I'm going to typically charge $500. Okay. One-time cost for this website. Okay. That's a kind of a standard deal for me. Okay. So I tell them, for $500, I can take your website that used to look like this, it looks like this. It's very hard to navigate. It's not user friendly. It's got all kinds of problems. For $500 one time, I can take it and I can make it look like this. Okay. I can make it look, the way that you want it to look. All right. Now, then we can part as friends. And like I told you, that's going to cost you $50. Okay. Now you have to join. So the very first time it's $250 to be a partner. Okay. So, but then after that, they charge you $50. So anything more than $50. In other words, if I sell one of these for $500, then it's basically, quote, cost me $300. So I've actually made $200, right? So if I sell one of these for $500, just one, it covers my $250 partner fee and my $50 annual fee for this. Okay. All right. So that's one. Now, if they choose that option, then that's for a year, right? Then after a year is up, guess what? I have to pay $50 again, right? So the client needs to know after a year, there's an annual fee, right? And you can charge what you want. I charge $100. Okay. I'm not, I think that's fair, right? So $500 to make it and $100 per year to keep it going. Okay. And you can build out these sites in about 10 minutes. Okay. Now let me show you. So now let me show you why we would get into monthly recurring fees really quickly. And that's more what I normally do. Okay. So if they choose to have that, that's fine. They also can choose a monthly management or monthly maintenance fee. Okay. Now some businesses are going to have a website and it's hardly ever changes. Okay. Most businesses though, or at least a lot of them, are going to have things they're going to want to change. They're going to want to change coupons and specials. And maybe, they've got, who knows what they've got, right? For whatever reason, they want to make updates. Well, I'm going to charge them for that, right? So I'll have packages and I'll say, okay, so for $50 a month, right? You get, 2 updates a month, right? Or something like that. Kind of a standard deal. Okay. So that's, again, I'm not trying to tell you like make a map in your head right now. I'm trying to show you the possibilities and then you make your own maps. All right. So other optional services. So for the $500, I can say that includes a basic website with, a call us, right? And maybe, 1 or 2 pages. Okay. Then you can charge for more pages, right? You could say, well, it's $50 for each additional page, right? Or you can charge more for services. Oh, you want to have, a photo gallery, let's say, right? Here's one of the easy things to drag in there. Well, that option is, it's $200 one time, or it's $20 a month, right? However you want to do that. So again, I'm not trying to tell you, that you should do this or that, right? But what I'm trying to tell you is that you can customize packages, a bunch of packages based on this. Okay. So guys, give me a 1 in the group if you get what I'm saying. Give me a 1 if you get that there's multiple ways that you can not only make this a one-time purchase to get a foot in the door, this can also be recurring revenue for you. Okay. And you need to understand that, this is a pretty standard deal when you do, web design, right? And web hosting and all that, right? Pretty standard deal. And here's the thing too. Remember, this site is actually hosted on Duda, right? They're actually the ones hosting it. So you can charge people. Jeez, let me just turn off my.
Yeah. You know what I really like, Stephen, also is that this also helps us get into a niche that is rarely ever gone after by really any SEO agency, which is restaurants.
Absolutely.
And when you have that open table right there.
Oh yeah.
Just and if they go, well, what's open table?
Yep.
Those are the best. That is absolutely the best question that a restaurant can ask you. What's open table? Absolutely. And for you to help them set up open table, and if you don't know what open table is, it's an app that lets you set up reservations.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of times I go to open table just to figure out what restaurant I want to go to. I'm like, you know what? Let's just be safe. Let's make reservations.
Well, listen, and this is also too, Cotton. Open Table is one of Google's integration partners for reservations in the SERPs. So if you have a restaurant right now and it's integrated with Open Table, people can make a reservation directly through the search engine result page.
Right.
If they're using Open Table. So think
Right.
how cool that is for your potential client. I know we did this like a year ago, Cotton, when some people were saying that restaurant SEO was no good, and I nearly fell out of my chair laughing because it's awesome. Restaurant SEO is just great. And remember, guys, something, you know, I don't want to get off on a diatribe here, but remember, you know, once you learn a niche, you kind of know that niche, and it's real easy to keep reproducing that niche. So, you know, once you do a couple of restaurants, it's real easy for you to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 more, right? You already know what their pain points are. You already know, what to sell them. You probably already have PBNs that are themed for restaurants. You know, there's just, this is a foot in the door technique is extremely powerful because the why they need it, the pain is overwhelming. The proof is overwhelming, right? And I'm telling you, listen, and I know this again, I know this because I've done it personally, okay? When you show someone, you just think your average roofer, plumber, when you show them their website and it looks something like this, okay, and then you show them and it looks like this, they get it. They get it. I mean, you still explain it, but they get it. It's not something that they go, well, I just don't understand that, Steven. I just don't. They do. They look at it and they go, oh yeah. See, and I go, look how easy it is for me to click to call you. Look how easy it is for me to click a map to find you. Look how easy it is for me to click on the form button, right, to get a free quote. Trust me, they get it. They totally get it. It's not a huge leap for them to understand that they need this and they want this. And for the price, come on, guys, $500, dude, $500. I mentioned roofer. I know in the Dallas area, the average net profit for a roofer, and this is on average, is a little over $6,000 per roof. I'm talking about net, like in the roofer's pocket. Right, so it doesn't take a whole lot of these, right, to get a return on investment.
It's a tax write-off, Stephen. They don't even need to be flapping their lips. But from like what we've shown you so far with these ideas, just getting into the restaurant business, a lot of you would have never considered restaurants. I know you haven't. How many of you now might feel a little bit more confident to go after some restaurants, knowing that there's $500 there? Just give me hashtag food. Give me hashtag food if you would, and I've got my other screen that's on there looking at it. Don't sleep on this niche. Yep. It is absolutely underwhelmed with SEOs. There's no one there. It's wide open. If you want to mop up, but not only that, and I'm going to say this, and I probably shouldn't because I'm going to give away one of my sales tactics right now. And
don't do it.
I'm like debating.
Don't do it. I think we give away enough on this one. Nah, do it.
What you have to realize is what business owners have more referrals than any other business owner in your city. Who do they know? How about the restaurant owner?
Yep.
Everyone goes there. So what I'm trying to tell you is just think about this. You could absolutely go into a restaurant owner of a top restaurant in your own suburb. Suburbs are wonderful for this, not in the big city. Suburbs are wonderful for this.
Yeah, they are.
You could go in there and say, hey, Mr., you probably already know him. Hey, like Dan, I was noticing, I was getting ready to go to your restaurant website and I looked, man, it's not mobile friendly. And, here's a couple things I can do for you, but I tell you what. I don't want to charge you because I know you're such a great guy.
Yep.
And I tell you what, I'll be able to do it for you for absolutely free.
Yep.
If you can send a few referrals over my way that I can sign up. And I guarantee you that Dan, the restaurant owner, probably has and knows more business owners than any other business owner that you can go to because all other business owners come and eat at Dan's restaurant.
Yep.
So, and especially if it's a good restaurant, they're all in there. So if that doesn't give you an idea to start developing relationship with restaurants, or anytime you sit down at a great restaurant, always be working, always be prospecting.
Amen.
So what I'm saying is now you can just sit down and say, hey Dan, hey, who's the owner? Is he around? And I do this. I'll be sitting in a restaurant. Hey, is the owner around? Because I know that it's not a chain restaurant. Oh yeah. Is there any way that I could speak to him? And I'd love to compliment him about his restaurant. They'll come out and say, hey, Dan, love your restaurant. I come here all the time. I'm a local business owner myself. I just like to say that I really enjoy coming here. He goes, wow, thanks. That's great. Then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know what, Dan, it's funny. I was looking for directions on how to come here, and I don't know if you know this or not, but Google is really clamping down on sites that aren't mobile friendly, which means you're going to lose your ranking. And I know that's huge to you because a lot of people are looking for restaurants from their mobile phones. You could lose all your rankings inside mobile. I'd love to be able to help you with this. Is there a time that we could sit down and talk next week? You could do it almost virtually free.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now, when you start doing things like that, that's when you start moving into the $50,000, $100,000 range. It's all about these subtle extra 5 minutes out of your already daily tasks that you're doing. That literally what takes you up to the next level. So if this isn't food for thought, give me next level if you can start doing little bitty shifts like this. Little bitty shifts like this. Now with what Steven showed you with Duda, you've got, maybe you notice they don't have a restaurant menu. You can add that. Maybe they're not on open table. You can add that. But what I'm saying is it's just little things like this to develop these little relationships, which literally is going to take you to the next level. It's what takes you from 10 to 20, from 20 to 30. It's what it does. And every little inch is a victory that makes you closer to having the sort of income that other people dream of.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm going to get across to you. And
when I have those little conversations like Cotton's talking about, you'd laugh if you were there with me in person. Well, my wife would laugh. When I almost always start off those conversations with one of the things that I've already taught you guys in the prepare section. Well, as a Google partner, yada yada yada, or as a Google local guide, yada yada yada, right? I'm telling you, man, all these things should be coming together for you. All of these things should be coming together to you, for you. Again, the proof is overwhelming that they need this, they want this. And again, I'm telling you, when you see this thing side by side, I've done it before live where I've done what I just showed you. I've been at places and I just pull it up on my phone and I go, you see this, right? And I show them their website and then I'll pop it over to the test and put it in and I say, can you see what the difference would be if this is what your customer saw? Boom, sale. I mean, and that the last time I did that was a freaking car wash. It's been a while. Mm-hmm. But I was just sitting there, man. It actually is like an oil change / car wash place. And I was like, you see that this, right? I had a little bit longer intro, but so you see this, and he's like, yeah. And I go, do you realize that you're missing customers because of this? You see how hard this is to navigate? No, I didn't know that. Well, what if it looked like this? And then it's their website, right? I put it in Duda just like this. It works on the mobile too. And he's like, oh yeah, man, that's way better. How much does that cost? It's always the next thing out of their mouth. How much is that? How much is that? When can I get it? So I hope this is all kicking in. I think I've only got one more thing, Cotton, and then I'm good.
Sure.
So, guys, again, I try not to be hypey, but if you're not seeing the light on this, I don't know what else to tell you. I really don't at this point. This opportunity is everywhere you go. If you're in my prospecting section in my training, I talk about method number 2, which is all the people that you buy from, or all the people that you could potentially buy from, right? It's the second prospecting method I teach you. Every one of these, every person that you hand out some money out of your wallet to is a potential client for this, right? And shop that way too. Shop that way. If I need a service, right, and I can find somebody who is someone I can also pitch and buy their service, why wouldn't I choose that person? Why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I take 5 minutes? The last time I did this was I found out my youngest daughter needed or might need braces, right? Her dentist referred us to an orthodontist. I didn't just go to that orthodontist. I found an orthodontist that needs SEO. And guess what? I have a new client, right? So, and by the way, I'm doing really well on that deal. The braces that we're going to get or whatever the hell she's doing, it's partial braces or something. It's like $2,000. They're going to be paying me more than that per month. And the only difference between me getting that and not getting that is I had this mentality, right? I could have just taken that referral, right? And just gone with it, right? But that's not how my mind works. I've been doing this for too long. I'm always going to look for an opportunity. Like Cotton says, always be prospecting. All right. So again, these sites, last thing I want to say about this, and then I'm going to go to my close. These sites, as you see, this is what they pull up. And this is pulling from the whole homepage. But adjusting these is super simple, okay? You can click in here and hit delete, okay? So I could make it, like if I were actually doing this for a client, then what I would do is I would delete everything below this block. So there's like 5 or 6 blocks, right? I would delete all of that stuff except for maybe the social media block and maybe this one. Give them the option, right? But I would delete all that. But what I'm saying is you sitting there right now in your chair can build these. You don't need to pay someone. You don't need to outsource this. You can do these yourself. Okay? Super, super simple. All right. So I'm going to do the last thing. And, you know, this should be, in my opinion, Cotton, this should be a drop the mic and walk off stage moment. So I'm just going to do that and, you know, hope that everybody sees it that way.
Before you do, look at that little red band that's up on top of the website also.
Oh, I know. I know. Isn't that funny? Believe me, they want, you know, Duda Mobile wants, you know, people to know about this. You know, we actually partnered with them last year. Cotton set that up actually. When we had all this going last year, Cotton actually got involved with a member of their executive team and got some stuff going for us on that. So, you know, there's a couple of different ways that you can price things, guys. So I don't want you to think there's just one. You can also do a one-time fee where I think it's $200. It's either $200 or $250 that you pay one time forever for a mobile site. So you could price it that way too. Okay, so there's different ways to do this. But anyway, go through, learn that stuff. It's super easy to do. It's super easy to implement, all that kind of stuff. All right, I think I'm ready, Cotton, if you're ready for me.
Drop it.
All right, so here we go, guys. I'm going to do this really fast, and I'm not going to hype it up. If you get it, awesome. If you don't get it, then, you know, I don't know. I guess have a nice week. All right, so I want to tell you what reminded me of this. So I was on this site, right, the one we found earlier, all right, and what I want you to see is if you go down to the bottom here, you can just barely see it. But this site, designed and maintained by tntdental.com. So this is in the footer. The reason I told Jamie to be on here is because Jamie was asking about site-wide footers. So the next thing that I did is I came back over here into SERP, and I went into Backlinks Explorer, and I put in good old TNT Dental, and I did show backlinks. And now I'm looking at, there's a lead, 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 leads, I'm done.
I want to see how many people actually understood that. And if you didn't, that's okay. Let me go back over here. Give me hashtag understand, hashtag no, if you didn't. Hold on, man, this thing's scrolling like a maniac, man. I was keeping up on the other screen, not this one. So, Jamie says that her panties just caught on fire.
I think I answered her question.
Yeah. So my Facebook just got locked up. Here we go. It's moving. Move right up here.
David,
so,
is that up your alley? I told you I thought it would be.
Right. So once you find one of these crappy sites, now goes on forever. So please, I encourage you, and I know there's a lot of people that that are really employees that have signed up for OMG that'll always be employees. But please, just try to work a little harder and say that know that this is the most abundant source of leads that we have ever found in the history of internet marketing, which is how to find mobile-friendly websites, how to get it done. Now you don't even have to worry about, you can go and you can do websites that are not even WordPress. Not even WordPress. So, and Stephen showed you a lot of different ways to do this very, 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 very quickly. So what we can do is this. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I'll give you a little bit of OMG history. So before I came around, every webinar was pretty much an hour on the nose. It was like stamping a clock. It was it, 1 hour webinar. We can end it right now and you guys can go about your day and it's still a pretty explosive webinar. Or we can spend some time and give you some Q&A if you have any questions. So if I get hashtag QA, if I get at least, there's 300 people, no, 400 people, and I would need 200 of those, we will go a whole lot longer. If not, we could tap it out and go about our day and keep crunching money. So We're going to need a lot of these, Steven. We're going to need half the audience. And there's already people logging off right now. As soon as I said that, we had 20 people just log off.
I hope they're logging off. I hope they're logging off to go find some people to sell.
Nah, I doubt it, dude. I doubt it. So we will see. Some says, and hey, I'm okay with whatever you're happy with. Believe me, if you have questions about the mobile update, then we're happy to come on here and answer. If not, then if not. Tell you what I'll do is I will look in the question box right now. We'll see if there's anything interesting. We're not going to answer any questions outside of the mobile friendly update. So any questions that start from 2:05 on, we will look and see. So if you have any, put them in the GoToWebinar chat box. We will get to it and see. That's the GoToWebinar. Duda does not work with AMP. Steven, you want to extrapolate on that?
Yeah, Duda itself doesn't render AMP pages, but you can still do AMP pages as a mobile site and integrate it. So yeah, so you can make that work. But no, whoever asked that question is right. As of right now, it's not like AMP compliant. It does not make AMP compliant pages. That's correct.
Right. And how about this?
Which
I don't want you guys
asking. Which doesn't matter
asking.
at all, by the way, for what we're talking about. Who gives us crap? They don't know what AMP means at this point. We're talking about.
Hold on.
You can sell them that later.
There's like people actually asking questions. How do you do a WordPress site? Then you just didn't watch the whole webinar. You need to go back and watch the webinar again on replay. And then there are people asking, are you getting better success email or cold calling? Both. Equal. Do them both. So is CERT not required to get the moment? No, you got to buy OMG Command Center.
Yep.
OMG Command Center is what CERT is. CERT is just called OMG Command Center for us. It's the same thing. You would need to get that. How would we? You wouldn't, guys. Listen, I don't want you to worry about AMP. Don't worry about AMP. Look, money. If AMP is for people that already have mobile friendly, and that they have that AMP is step 2. Don't worry about getting amped if nothing's mobile friendly. So that's a whole different topic right now. We've shown you a way to get money. All you're doing is you're confusing it right now. That's like going but. Just don't worry about that. Don't confuse yourself. Your panties are going to blow up by worrying about things you shouldn't.
Yeah, and some people are asking the last thing that I showed, why are those people prospects? Because that company did all their websites. So the highest probability is if you go through and look, none of them are done.
Right.
Could be that a few are. But chances are 90th percentile that none of them are.
Right. Yeah, people are asking the craziest questions after we've just had this webinar. It's like, when is Mobilegeddon coming? It was here last year.
Yeah.
Last year. It's been here for a year. I could not get in the OMG dashboard. That's not our software. We don't handle that customer service support. So with Duda, all we need is a domain name. That's correct. How do you guys do video emails? BombBomb, another method. Go back and watch BombBomb email. Yeah, there's not a lot of questions here, Stephen. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the technical questions that you guys are asking are all going to be answered once you go through your basic Duda training. Okay, they have some training videos in 10 or 15 minutes. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to sit here for another hour and explain, like what a mobile redirect is and things like that. I'm just not going to. You can go learn that on your own. It's real, easy. And these are things that you guys can do. You don't have to hire someone to do this. And by the way, one thing that I didn't mention earlier, if you're using the Duda Mobile plugin and they update something on their website, it automatically updates it on their mobile site. So let me say that again. If they have the plugin and someone updates something on their main site, it automatically changes it if it's part of the mobile site. So like if they change their phone number, you don't even have to go in and do it. It does it for you. Just freaking awesome. Last thing, Cotton, I forgot. Last thing. I totally forgot about this. There's also, when you buy the partner, the $250 plan, you get a white label login for you. I forgot to mention that. So your customers are going to log into whatever you want to call yourself. You could call yourself Steve's Mobile Website and put your nice logo there. So they provide you a white label login for your customers. So your customers actually can be self-serve if they want to. You can give your customers their Duda login underneath your account. If you choose to, you can do that. And it's white labeled. So you look like, Mr. Mobile. Okay. So, I forgot to mention that, but the $250 is a joke. Like I said, I've made over 60 grand with this. $250 is like, give me a break.
Sure. I'm gonna burn through some of these questions right here. Some guy saying he sent out 300 emails and got no success. How can he get in front of people? I'm just going to be transparent. Your email's probably horrible. And secondly, I say this with the utmost respect. I am not racist one bit. Not at all. And this is going to be controversial, what I'm going to say. I get bombarded by Indian SEOs all day long, even as a business owner. Yeah. If you have a foreign name, I would change it to Jim Sunshine. And I guarantee you that they'll start responding to you. The moment that they see something on there, Abar Habib on there, they just ignore it. I know Middle American, that you're not going to stop racism. I promise you, change your name to Jimmy Sunshine and watch what happens. I'm just change it to Jimmy Wilson, whatever. People will start responding to you.
Yeah.
It's just, that's just life. And I can't avoid it. I'm just trying to help you out as honest as I can.
Yeah. And I'll tell you. Yeah, I mean, for mine, and what Cotton says is 1,000,000,000% true. And again, there's nothing negative about that. It's just a reality. It shouldn't be that way, but it is. Another thing that you guys should be doing is, if you're going to do a bunch of these, which I don't know why you wouldn't, you need to have a page on your website. You need to have a page on your website that says like mobile, whatever the hell you want to call it, and it needs to explain this a little bit, right? Like a landing page for your potential client. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, we can go into that more and more in the future, how to, even optimize this even more. But you really, for me, and I know you guys don't want to leave your house. I know that. I get it. I know you're scared to death to put on clothes and go meet people in person, but that's how I sell these things. And I'm sure that people have told me no. I can't recall one off the top of my head. I'm sure that I've not closed 100% of them. I'm positive, but I can't think of one off the top of my head. It's not a hard sell, guys. You're helping them is what you're doing. And again, I throw in the Google credibility. I bring that to everything. Just as a Google partner, are you? I can tell you that blah 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 blah, right? And then I show them, right? And then they're like, oh wow, right? Now you've just associated yourself with Google credibility, and you've shown them a problem that they have, and then you give them a solution. If you can't sell this, you just can't sell. That's all I gotta say. If you can't sell this, you just can't sell. I mean, this is like awesome.
I'd like to agree with you, Stephen. If you're in the United States, we're getting a lot of people ask questions from not in the United States. Listen, and I'm going to give you some hard truth also, and it's just truth. Nobody in the United States that's in the suburbs of any city who's really, you're going to find, have stereotypes. They don't want to do business with anyone not United States. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Either Canada's okay, or that's just it, but that's just the way it is. They want to keep their money inside the country. So, with that named, I'm going to tell you this right now. I would go to this, not that, hold on. I don't know where I got that from. Hold on. Go to LoopNet. Go to LoopNet.com. Search for an office space in a city that is an inside office space inside a building. Not that's external, the one that's an inside office space. Just assume that address, put it in your emails, change your names to, Brian Jones, whatever, Mikey Wilson, Mickey Mouse, whatever. And if you're having problems, do it. People are stereotypical. They like doing business like that. I know. I'm in it. I see it. It's just a fact, and I'm sorry. But if you're having problems and your name is Habib Abar, that's part of the problem. And I'm not saying that it's a problem with me. I'm saying is if you want your conversion to go up, do that. Make sure that you have an American address in your email where they can see it, that you're based in the United States. Your conversion will go up 70%. It's just a fact. And, how many of you are feeling me on this? Just give me #feel. I hate that the world works this way. I'm just trying to tell you how to get around it. So, I mean, that's just the way it is. And you're right. They're incredibly productive people, but I get bombarded by 19 of these SEO emails a day telling me that they're going to make my website go up, that they're going to be doing this, that they're going to be doing that. And, you know, the moment that I see something with not a .com on it or not a .net, I immediately just ignore it. And it's not the fact of that, it's just I know I don't need it. So what you're dealing with here is if small business owners are getting bombarded with a lot of different stuff, you got to have a pattern interrupt. What is that? You know, you can't blend in with all the rest of the sheep. You got to stand out. So how do you do that? A lot of it is you're going to have to put down the mouse, get out of the house. You're going to have to do that. You're going to have to network around, and you're going to have to find a way to be more creative than other people. Just think about this. What would we do if Stephen and I just gave up and waited for everyone else to come up with answers? It'd be a mighty weird place, wouldn't it, Stephen?
Boy.
So what I'm saying is be creative, think outside the box for yourself. You can't wait on us to tell you the answers. So with that, please get it done. This is the best way to make it happen. So with that, we look like we got another question was, do you need a proposal for this? No. God, no. I've never done a proposal for it. I mean, if you want to, listen, if you want to create extra work for yourself, you can do up posters, proposals. You can make balloons, give out coffee mugs, stuffed animals. You can even do the polka in front of them if you want to, a polkagram. With it, why make your life more difficult? Just tell them you're going to fix it, and that's it. I don't know why all you guys want to add all this other stuff. So with that, I think we've about covered everything that we're going to cover. I'm looking to see any more questions. How about Asian names? Same way. Sorry, men. Sorry. It's just the way that it is. And I'd wish I could say something different, but just split test and prove me wrong. Split test and prove me wrong. Send them out as men or send them out as Mike and find out what happens. It's the world we live in. And you know what? You got to bend and adapt to the world we live in. You don't have to, if you want to fight the world, you're always going to lose. If you bend to it a little bit to get your money, hey, guess what? You could call me Sally and give me my 700K. I don't care if you call me Cotton or not. Doesn't matter. As long as I get my 700K, you can call me whatever you want. So, wouldn't you agree, Stephen? Can we call you Betty, Stephen, if you can make your money?
Absolutely. Call me whatever you want to call me.
David Hood needs to change his name to Habiba Bar, and I want him to see if his sales go up. David Hood. Right there. So with that, we're going to close it down. Super tight, quick webinar. It's the way we like them. A lot of information. So you can say that you can call Steve and Betty. You can call me Sally. Well, Sally and Betty.
Exactly.
Signing out for the
Call me Sue.
Any last words, Stephen?
Nah, man, I still see a couple of people with like doubting type questions. I'm done answering you. I'm not going to answer you anymore. If you don't think it works or it's not true or whatever, just God bless you, move on to some other method.
Right. Sounds good.
I'm done trying to convince people.
Yeah, you can't, dude. Like, the old saying my father said, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it.
I really want you guys to be successful. That's why I try so hard, but I've got to the point now where I'm done with that, Either you believe me or you don't. So if not, go ahead. Just ignore it. Just ignore it.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday for Assimilation Light. For those of you that are going to be out in Denver, we'll see you this weekend. So we are out.
Adios, Cotton.
Later.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.